Hello and welcome to GTO Coach and Go. I'm Jim Delleman with Group Travel Odyssey. I want to thank you for joining us today. And if this is your first time joining us, or if you just haven't done so yet, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you ring the notification bell, you will be notified anytime we have new content on our YouTube channel. You can also connect with us on LinkedIn at Group Travel Odyssey, and make sure to like and follow the Group Travel Odyssey Facebook page. There we go. We've got a lot on our social media, and we'd love for you to take part in all of that. Today's episode, we are going to be talking about some future things, some things that are going to be happening soon. And for those of you who are users of GTO, you may have gotten a couple of notifications as you logged into the system that there are some changes that may be happening. Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit today, but I am certainly not going to be the one doing all the talking. Let me bring on our esteemed director, Corey Vries. Hey, Corey, how you doing?
Pretty good, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. So, I said we're going to be talking a little bit about some updates that are going to be happening in the GTO user interface. And I logged on a day or so ago and got a notification that something's going to be happening. I knew about it a little bit, but I figure everybody else is also probably getting those same notifications. And so I thought it best, let's get on here and you can talk us through what's going to be happening.
Absolutely. So, right. Many of you have probably received some sort of notification that there's a user interface coming, and we wanted to jump out ahead of that and sort of let you know what's going to happen, if any, to the flow of what you do. And I can give you a demonstration of what's coming down the pike, including a trial period where you can choose to do it or not choose to do it. I'm going to kind of go over all of that. But eventually what's going to happen is our host system is changing the look of how things work in on your pages, and we want to make sure that you're aware of it. So the first thing I guess I should do is show you what it looks like for like currently. I think I'm sharing a screen, but I'm not really sure. There it
You
is.
are. You are indeed.
What a deal. So here I'm showing you one of our demonstration trips that is how it would normally look. This is pretty standard. I actually am going to show you a way that regardless of what interface you're using, you can make it look more condensed. So this is the default. And many of you, when you see my pages, sometimes say, hey, how did you get it to be like more condensed? And I'm going to show you all how to do that because that's something that's interesting as well. So this is how I normally see a page. And you could see up here at the top, as I'm training people, I tell people that you have your applications along the top. I have a lot of applications open. Most of you just have a few, so you can read them a little bit easier. But you have the applications across the top. And then right underneath that, you have the tables involved in that application. So I'm in the Sales Manager app, and I'm on the trips table and looking at a trip. But that's the part that's going to change. So the part that you see with the trip name and everything else, that's not going to change any. That's going to look exactly the same. But what's going to happen is we're going to remove this top section with a little bit different navigation. And you might think, what does that accomplish? Well, that accomplishes a lot, actually. Let's look at what a new page will look like. This is what it'll look like in the future. And so you can see that all this top stuff has been taken out and giving you a whole lot more real estate on the screen to see. Again, here's what we were looking at. We've lost all this stuff. The last thing I can see is new requirement at the bottom. And now I can see a whole nother round of fields below, giving you much more room. And you're like, well, how am I supposed to navigate now then? First of all, I want to just make a mention that like anything else, when you press the Sales Manager thing on the top, it will go to your homepage. This is going to go to my homepage, so it's not going to make any difference for you. But that's how you would navigate back to your homepage, just like anything else. But you're going to see up here a couple of things. One is these little squares. That's going to show you your applications, anything that you've used that's been recent. So I've used all of these things here recently, so it shows up very quickly. If I wanted to go quickly to Trip Manager, if I wanted to go quickly to Broadway Inbound or my homepage, I could quickly go there. If I just wanted to see my apps, then I can click on my apps, and this page isn't much different, except that the navigation up top is the same as the new way, right? But it'll list down your apps just like it does any other time. But also, you'll notice this little sidebar. Now, here's where all your tables went. So no longer will you have easy access to just move from app to app across the top. You'll have to move app to app from this little these boxes here, and you'll see your recent apps or go to apps, or better yet, using the navigation from your home pages. Remember that we've included navigations from homepage to homepage to homepage. So when you're on your home page, you can go to the dashboard of sales, you can go to the dashboard of trip manager very easily, and that's a good way to navigate. Many of you have gotten a little bit confused with the applications across the top. So this actually solves that problem if you were one of those people. If you're one of those people that's used to having the applications across the top, then what you're going to be looking at is these recent apps, or using navigations from your homepage dashboards. But likewise, we've lost all the tables, and you can navigate from table to table by simply pulling your cursor over into that area. I'll do it again. You pull it over the area, and it will show you all of them. Trips, proposals, accounts, contacts. I have a lot more than you all do, but you'll see all your tables listed here. You'll also can go to the app home very easily. Most of you will not see users and app settings, so that will be gone for you as well. You can also search those tables. So all of the functionality that used to be along that strip at the top, right here, is now
So
along the side.
they're basically moving that strip over to the side.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Okay. Same functionality, everything else, and it's just to the side.
All the same, in fact. What I like about it is when I move away from it, it disappears. So that I don't have to look at it. And in fact, navigating from table to table, with the exception of kind of accounts and contacts, is always a little bit confusing as well. Am I on a proposal? Am I on a trip? Am I here? Am I there? You're never really sure sometimes. And this is nice because you don't navigate that way. Right? You should always navigate. Like if I were going to go to a proposal, I wouldn't go to the proposals table. I would search for a trip. And then I would come down to the proposal and choose the proposal that I wanted to see. Now, you can pin it open by clicking on the arrow button. So you can pin it open, and now it's just there. Like you can just see it all the time if you'd like over here on the side. When I started playing around with this, I started that way. I said, I'm going to leave it open because I want to see all that. And then I realized that I really don't need to see all that. And if I want to go now, like say, you know what, I want to go to an account real quick. Let me go to an account. It's not hard to just now click on accounts and then search for the account. And so that makes it really nice. Whenever you want it to go away, you can just make it go away. I really kind of like it. And I want to show you, well, first let me say that we have not opened this up yet because we wanted to sort of roll it out. But since you're receiving notifications, we're going to roll it out a little bit early and give you some testing time with it. I'm going to show you how you can set up testing with it. And you can move back and forth. So you can use it for a little while and be like, I'm not ready for this yet. Or I want to spend a little time not like I'm building trips and I need to do that quickly, so I'll go in and look at it later. I'm going to show you how to set up looking at it the new way when we turn it on. And you'll know when you're able to do this when we send out an email to all of you saying, yes, now you can use the new interface. Up here, you all have a thing where it says hi and your name with a drop down. Now, I have a lot of things, but you should have a thing that says My Preferences. And this is sort of the place that you can actually do some things. This is kind of nice to know, too, because there's some things you could do here. So when I click on My Preferences and I come in, you'll see at the very top navigation. Sidebar navigation beta and top navigation are your two choices. So this sets me up as normal. This is how we do things now, the top navigation. On the sidebar navigation, this is in testing at the moment. All right, we're in the beta test. This should come live during the summer in full force. So by the summer, you're going to have to do this anyway. You might as well try it out. So you'll click on the button. using the new collapsible sidebar. When you do that and you save over here in the corner, got to hit that save button. When you do that and you go back to your trip, you may have to refresh your page to get it to kick in. So sometimes our browsers will not update it. You'll have to hit the refresh button to do that. So if I just hit save right now, it's going to stay on this page and tell me that it's been saved. But I may not have changed anything if I just back arrow to the trip. The other thing I wanted to mention to you is this UI spacing. Now, regular is default. I use condensed to make it smaller. If you have eye issues, you could also actually spread it out if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and save that. I'm not really sure why I didn't have that turned on. If you ever wanted to change your user information, this is the place you can do it, especially your password change. If you ever want to change your password without waiting for the system to prompt you to, you are certainly welcome to do that. This will also tell you what groups you're in. So you can see that at the bottom. It should list your company's name. So that's how you turn it on. It's under My Preferences, under the Hi and Your Name. And then if I go back to that trip, I'm going to actually refresh it just to make sure that that's right. So in fact, now with this new navigation, I can see all the way down into the products. So I can see the entire page that I need to see. Now all I have to do is scroll down to see my product list, and that's it. I can see my cost sheet button. I can see my step buttons. All the things that I want to see, I can see now instead of having it up here at the top.
It's nice. It gives you more real estate, you know?
Exactly right. That's exactly right. It's helping you in that way. If I wanted to actually see this as relaxed, I'll go back to that proposal, but you can see how wide you can get it, right?
Yeah.
If I go back to that proposal, this is a lot. This is a lot right here. Right? Way spread out using the relaxed feature than it was when I was using the condensed feature. This is the difference between those features.
Wow.
Yeah. Just so you know, and I'm going to go back real quick and put mine back to condensed because I can't handle that. That's for sure. Ooh. See how it didn't change, but if I refresh it, now it will. So make sure you refresh it after you do that, and you'll be able to see everything. And that's it. There's really not much more than that. If you ever wanted to test it out, you know how to do that. You know how to switch it back if you are done testing it out. But I will say that you are you're going to have to change to this eventually. So once we launch it for everybody, I highly suggest that you go and take a look.
That sounds great. So right now, it's not turned on for people to try, correct?
That's correct. I mean, it is right now because I'm trying it, but
once we're done here,
once you receive an email from us in the very near future, you'll be welcome to go and try that at your leisure. It won't change until you change it, but coming later this summer, we're all going to change to the new system. So you might as well start taking a look at it.
And also, we will let you know once we do have an exact date as to when it will switch this summer. We will let you know that, so that way you don't wake up one day and all of a sudden it's just different. So we will make sure to give you fair warning when that does happen. But in the meantime, feel free to go back and forth and see what it's like. Again, by having that taken from the top and moved to the side, you're getting a little more real estate on your page. So you have more viewable area in your trips and in your proposals that you don't have and you didn't have the ability to do before. So that's one way where this is really going to be beneficial in order for you to see more of your screen as you're working on your day-to-day. So that is one thing that's going very well. Corey, thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. And again, we will be sending very shortly an email when this is turned on for you to go ahead and try it. And as always, if you do need any assistance with anything with this, contact our help desk, help@gtonetwork.com. Put help in the subject line and let us know what it is that you need assistance with, and we can reach back out and guide you through whatever you need. So make sure that you do that. And also, don't forget that Coach and Go happens every other Tuesday at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Next week, we won't have one because it is Fast Break week. So we will be having a GTO Fast Break, and that is a short little snippet of something that we will be sharing about our system. And those appear on Tuesday afternoons on the community forum in GTO. So if you go to community forum, you will have the notification that there's been something posted with a new little snippet of information for you. So make sure to look for that next week. And again, 2 weeks from now, we will be back with another Coach and Go. And again, every other Tuesday at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Corey, again, thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. And for the rest of you out there, go ahead and give this a try once we send out that email and let you know that it is live for you. And as always, as we always say, give us your feedback. So let us know. This is something that we're not building in. This is something that the platform itself has built into the system. So this is not something that necessarily was on our radar until very, very recently.
Right.
So that's why we figured with those notifications going out when you signed on, we wanted to give you the 411 and let you know exactly what was going on with this. So Corey, thanks for coming on today and sharing all of this with us. And for the rest of you out there, thanks for joining us as always in Coach and Go. And we look forward to seeing you in a couple more weeks. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching this episode of GTO Coach and Go. We invite you to stay connected with Group Travel Odyssey on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and be sure to check out more of our media, including Destination Dispatch and the Destinations Beyond Expectations podcast. Please visit our website, grouptravelodyssey.com, where you can learn more about GTO and request a demo. Group Travel Odyssey, business without boundaries.